Hi, my name is Paul Horn from Nanaimo, BC. I have a BCRPA SFL in group fitness, personal training, and Pilates. I'm also a certified Pilates instructor with Physical Mind Canada, and welcome to Pilates for Special Populations. So, the purpose of today's workshop is to correctly assess and identify 5 common postural misalignments that you're going to see walking into your health clubs and into your Pilates studios, into your personal training studios, and I see them on a weekly basis, if not on a daily basis. So the misalignments that we're going to look at today are kyphosis, lordosis, internally rotated shoulders, sciatica, and piriformis syndrome. Now, misalignments happen within the body because the body is no longer strong enough to hold correct alignment. So when this happens, you end up with misalignments in the body, and that puts undue stress on the spine. So you can end up with weaknesses, tight muscles, stretched out muscles. So we need to correctly identify these before we can really start to correct them. So the first one that we're going to look at today is kyphosis. So what is kyphosis? Kyphosis happens naturally in the spine. So there is curvature in the spine. Now, when you have kyphosis, this is an exaggerated curvature of the upper spine. So when we see this, we want to assess it. So we want to make sure that we're looking at kyphosis. So you can do this with a postural screen. You just have somebody stand to the side during your postural screen. Now you take that plumb line and you draw it straight down the body, and it should go from the hole in the ear, directly through the shoulder, right through the greater trochanter, middle of the knee and the ankle. Now you're going to see deviations on either side of that plumb line. There's natural deviations that happen in the body, but we're looking for that excessive curve in the upper back. Now this happens a lot to older women, known as Dowigger's hump. There's a number of different causes. So you've got osteoporosis, you've got disc degeneration. Now the one that we most commonly see is postural kyphosis. So our daily lives and our technology is drawing us forward, and we're just adding to that additional curvature in our upper back, so we end up coming further and further and further forward. So we have to really be aware of what people's postures are during the day and what we're doing. So we've identified it. Now we know we're dealing with kyphosis. So what are the symptoms of it? Well, in mild cases of kyphosis, there's really no symptoms other than maybe a little bit of discomfort. And in more severe cases, there's pain, there's stiffness. So you don't want to wait until you get to that extreme case of kyphosis. So the symptoms, again, mild pain, some discomfort, and some stiffness in some movements. So there's muscles that we're really going to need to stretch, and there's muscles that we're really going to need to strengthen to start to pull that alignment back in to a neutral spine, is what we call it in Pilates. So we want to try to maintain that neutral spine and be as strong as we can through the core muscles. But there's muscles that we need to stretch and that we need to strengthen. So the muscles that you're going to need to stretch are the pec major, the pec minor, the anterior deltoid, and in severe cases, when you've got that real big rounding in the back, you're going to end up with really tight neck extensors as well. So you're going to want to stretch those out to try and pull that chin back a little bit and make sure that that cervical spine stays in line too. So the muscles we're going to want to strengthen are all of the upper back muscles, the latissimus dorsi, the rhomboids, mid and lower traps, rear delts. So a couple of the Pilates exercises that I find work really, really well for these. Number one is scapular retraction.